Hello. Hello, Sarah.
Look,
Okay. Seems like the connection is not really reliable. Feels like, yeah, the voice is bit stagging, okay, a bit lagging. Mhm.
is my connection?
Okay, now sounds better, more smooth. Mhm. All right. Okay, but the video
I'm kind of nervous
seems,
though.
yeah, it's easy. Okay, easy. Hello, but yeah, the video is quite stopping sometimes. It's kind of slowly move to others, you know.
Wait. Uh,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I will change the connection first.
mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, hello.
Okay, is it better or
Yes, it's
it's
way better than the previous one. Okay. So how's life, by the way?
yeah, it's quite nice. Even though I'm facing my classes
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
semester, so yeah, it's quite hard, but I just enjoy it. I don't want to
mm-hmm,
pressure myself and just let it flow.
mm-hmm. Okay, but uh, what about the presentations? Did you download the and please like send me the PDF version so that I can back you up. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. Mhm, mhm.
I'll send you the link of
Yeah,
the.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Mhm. Okay, have you read the module, by the way, that I sent you the link before? It's like this afternoon.
Hello, is my
Yeah.
connection?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. About the link, did you read the module that I gave you this afternoon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it should be piece of cake, right? Mm-hmm. But now you still like working for COVID or not?
I'm not actually. Yeah, whenever the internship is, the contract of
See.
internship is over, I'm not continued. So I'm focusing on my eight semester currently.
All right, I see. Eight semesters, so you finished your previous internship. So you like totally in the same cohort as they are in Mesa as well, right?
Wait. Pardon, Kak. Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Mm-hmm. You in the same cohort di satu angkatan kan sama si Dea and Meisha, if I'm not mistaken.
I think
Mm-hmm.
with there. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So how is your internship experience at Kubi from 1 to 10?
Actually, it's nice. I mean, yeah, as someone who's well, basically, I'm from dance art education, so I changed
Mm,
to corporate life, and it's quite challenging for me because I met
mhm.
like a lot of people. I should say, anyway, if you remember me, I am the one the admin at Kobe.
Oh,
Do you?
really?
Yeah, I am. I should
Which
say,
class?
um, the regular one.
Oh, the regular one.
Yeah,
I see. I thought it was like only Kak Dita and Nia, Kak Nia, yeah.
yeah. I also doing the internship with Mia basically,
I see. Right. Okay.
and yeah,
Okay.
it's like so.
Right. And I sincerely thought that there would be a number of people joining us, but we have one and she leave. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think yeah. There's so many people that join our group, but they don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
sometimes they wait like for quite some time and joining so late at 8 and quarter just to let others assemble first. Yeah, tunggu-tungguan gitu ya case-nya. Itu sih. Mhm.
I see.
Right.
Anyway, is it
Mhm.
your own community that you built, or with your friends or something?
Which one?
Like the OTA, this
Ota. This community. And the question is?
is it you by your own built this?
Yeah. We established it together with
Oh,
with some of them are my tutors as well. So we collaborate and built this community because
mm,
back then it was like in 2020 when I was learning IELTS. I thought that relying on the class is not enough to improve to upgrade my speaking. That's why we thought that it would be good if we make an assembly where everyone can be accommodated to improve their English. Uh, that's why it creates the offline OTA, but afterward, because of COVID, it turns into the online platform and it somehow sustained until now. That's the story. Mhm.
okay, that's so interesting. This is
Yeah. Mhm.
probably for someone that want to learn, like especially in speaking. This community is really important for them. So probably
Mhm.
I'm gonna share the influence for friends that interested about this. Yeah,
Mhm.
thing and that a good environment for them.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's
Right,
quite
right, right. Yeah, previously there are a lot of people joining us, learning together with us, improving their speaking proficiency, but to some extent they've been quite successful and they got the positions that they've been adoring and want to pursue and leaving us with less people decreasing, yeah, week after week. And there are only a few numbers of members that are quite consistent in attending the session. So it's like if it reaches like 10, then it's quite successful. All right. Okay, that's the story. I think we can talk with other members. We have Holly Dun. Hello, Holly Dun. You there? Can you hear my voice? Hello, Holly. Okay, seems like he's still having dinner. Let's move on to Ismet. Hi, Ismet. How are you? Can you hear my voice,
Hello,
Ismet? Mm-hmm.
Prasan.
How are you? Yeah. How are you?
I'm great, excellent, bro.
Wow.
Alhamdulillah. How about you?
Alhamdulillah. If you are Alhamdulillah, then I am Alhamdulillah too. Okay. So where do you live, by the way, Ismet? You live in Depok or in Java?
I'm in Batam right now, bro.
In in Batam, is it like island Batam
Yep,
Island, you know? Oh my God. What do you
Batam
do there?
City.
You
Yeah,
work there? You
no,
work there
no.
or you study there?
I'm still study at one of university
Ah,
here.
see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Interesting. What's the major, by the way?
business management, brother.
Business management. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Okay,
business management.
okay. Yeah, yeah. So I hope that tonight you can provide more creative and detailed underlying arguments on how you, as a business analyst, would see the topic or would see the situations we have right now in Indonesia. Okay, so I'd like to see this issue from the perspective of a businessman like you. Okay. And by
Yeah,
the way, thank you so much for attending the session, Isman.
yeah, welcome,
All right.
Mr. Brother.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Isman. Yeah. Now let's move in to Mr. Eka. The yeah, Mr. Eka, how are you? You still like where are you now? Somewhere, Mr. Eka? Okay. Seems like Mr. Eka still cooking something in the cafe. Okay. All right, everyone. I think without further ado, we can just immediately commence the sessions we have tonight. And first thing first, I'd like to welcome you to our auto community. It's our weekly discussion using English as lingua franca. I'm so much grateful for you to spare your free time to attend together, study together, discuss together. We would like to receive any constructive opinions on how you see the current circumstance we have right now in Indonesia. It's about kabul aja dulu, uh, whether it is important to the extent of leaving or staying in the country, right? So we have Miss Sarah Subarga as our moderator today. And first thing first, I'd like to also remind you that um, our sessions today will be recorded, and I'm asking your consent because so that all of us can evaluate and can come back to the sessions that we had previously, and we can see like to what extent we have improved from time to time. Yeah, and of course, I encourage you guys to be more active and how to say engaging. And please raise your hand, just like this, right? Okay, if you have anything that you want to speak out or shout out, okay, and so that Miss Sarah can notice you and can provide you a flow for you to deliver your ideas or opinions, right? And it will be in order or in systematic manner. Okay, so I think without further ado, Miss Sarah, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak. First thing first, is my audio audible?
Yes, it's audio.
Okay, so much. Thank you so much, Kak.
Yeah, sama-sama.
Okay, wait a second. Ini boleh boleh dibantu untuk share screen? Oh, wait, may I ask to help me to search the screen?
Okay, all right. Wait a minute. I
Thank you.
haven't downloaded.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
sama.
Thank you.
Hmm,
But first thing first, how are you guys doing? How is it live or how's your today's agenda? I want to know first. Probably, is there anyone want to try to answer? Halo Kak Rizky, probably Kak Acha, and yeah, anyone? Okay, so probably our topic tonight is a little bit interesting because we'll talk about um, kabur aja dulu. Our topic for tonight is nationalism versus survival. Why kabur aja dulu is not just a trend. So this is very interesting because this is happening currently, and this is the update situation of Indonesians political issues and anything. So thank you guys so much for attending tonight's discussion. First thing first, I want to introduce myself. Of course, again, I am Sarah. I am your moderator for tonight. So yeah, and then so yeah, as I mentioned before, our topic is nationalism versus survival. Why kabur dulu aja is not just a trend. So I hope that each of you will be motivated and eager sharing your perspective in regard to this them. Okay, so there's several questions about our topic tonight. So let's dig into it. But first thing first, I want to explain what is kabur aja dulu. So yeah, as we know, Indonesia's current situation is concerning, right? Especially whenever the president stating that the government will cut operational budgets and will allocate them to free nutrition meals, alias MBG, and other programs. Of course, this will affect every sector such as education, health, economic, politics, and more. This has led Indonesian citizens to express their disbelief and disappointment toward the government by raising the hashtag kabur dulu aja as a form of protest. Okay, so for tonight's discussion, there will be several questions as I mentioned before. Let's start from the first one. Okay, so do you think kabur dulu aja is a sign that life in Indonesia is getting harder, or is it just a trend that will pass? So, what do you guys think about this? Because probably, do you have any opinion for this, or if you think this is just this is just trend that will pass, or this is the sign that Indonesia is really getting hard and there's something about the government or something that should to solve a good thing about this situation. Is there anyone want to give your opinion about this? Rizky, Kak Rizky, or Kak Acha? Do you want to try? Or probably I'm gonna share my opinion first. So for me, I don't think this kabur dulu aja is just a trend. Why? Because we know that in Prabowo's first 100 days, there have already been some controversial policies. Like the government made a huge cabinet with 48 ministers, 5 agencies head, and 55 deputy minister, which is double the budget from Jokowi's era. And also about the free meals program that was promised ended up with cutting money from education and healthcare, which is this is made a lot of people upset. So, and we know about the taxes, raise taxes, VAT from 11% to 12 is making life even more expensive. So, this is a very concerning because if you if you're not coming from someone that have good privileges, back on your back, I don't think we can stand for it because there's so many injustice happened in Indonesia. Yeah, I think it's not just a trend. I think we should just stand for this. And what do you think about this, guys? I want to know your um, point of view about this. Can anyone or anyone want to give your opinion for this? Kak Rizky or probably Kak Eka Lita? Do you want to try?
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, maybe uh, the sign that
Mm-hmm.
life in Indonesia getting harder.
Um, Mr. Ku, can you repeat your opinion? Probably more clear. Okay. Okay, so there's Kak Enis that raised the hand. Uh, so yeah, how about your opinion, Kak Enis?
Thank you so much, Kak Sarah, for the chance to
Okay.
speak. Well, actually, I'm waiting for this conversation. Thank you so much for bringing this topic. Nice to meet you. Well, I do agree with you that hashtag Kabur Aja Dulu is not only just a trend. Well, actually, it becomes viral, but it's not a trend. Trend is like something done by someone, then we follow because it goes viral, it's good, it's entertain us. But kabur aja dulu, hashtag kabur aja dulu comes from uh worried, from the citizens worried, maybe from the citizens. It's the way the citizen speak up. Oh, I don't feel Indonesian government works so well. I don't feel living in Indonesia will be good enough. I will show the idea. I want the government notice our not our desire, our anger. It is not a trend. It is the anger of our citizen that is not satisfied with the work of our government. I think that's it. It's not a trend, but it's the idea, the voice of our citizen. And my opinion about this, it is pretty good for people. Am I audible? It is
Yes,
saying that
yes,
my internet connection is unstable.
yes, you are audible.
Well, here is my opinion. Kabur aja dulu is a very good thing. It is not because we do not love Indonesia. I don't talk about politics, but I want to talk about the future of Indonesia. As we know, as part of Southeast Asian nation, we are the what? Maybe the biggest with the most numbers of citizens, but not so many people, not global citizen knows us. They only know Bali, but they do not recognize that it is in Indonesia. I think it will be good in the future if we had lots of citizens that work abroad, building career abroad, and they can, how to say that, endorse Indonesia with advertisement for Indonesia. Like, look, I'm an Indonesian citizen and I'm working well. Look, I'm an Indonesian citizen and I'm smart. Look, I'm an Indonesian citizen. But please do not be like our citizen that work in Japan. Last time there are lots of jamet making very bad uh action and noise in Japan. I think please don't be that kind of citizen that kabur aja dulu and you make another conflict chaos in other countries. Don't be like that. This shows like just like see China. What do people think about China? Oh, they're pretty good at math. Oh, their countries people say that China live China live in 2030 or 2050, something like that. I hope in the future we are famous worldwidely, maybe, and bring something good about Indonesia. I know some people who's working in other countries and they got pretty good career, such as our architect, our I only know about architect since my major is architect last. I think kabur aja dulu is not a bad thing. It is not a trend. But it is not a bad thing. I don't talk about the politics, but for the future Indonesia, it's a good thing. And the other thing is, the second thing is, everybody say that kabur aja dulu. It is good. It shows that our citizens um have a pretty good initiates like escape plan. Even this is not like if we can say it is escape, but the problem is not so many citizen knows how to build career in other country. We don't have enough information. Our citizen, we have a lot of smart citizens. Sometimes we do not get enough information, or maybe to how to say that to fulfill the requirement is not easy for us. So it is good in the future if a lot of citizens kabur aja dulu and support citizen in Indonesia to help them kabur aja dulu also, then come back, something like that. That's enough. Maybe I will talk a lot later. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Ennis. I also agree with your statement about we should to promotion more about Indonesia, not only Bali, because Bali is in Indonesia, right? And also, yeah, whenever we have a chance to going abroad or work abroad, we should to like have a good attitude there so that Indonesia can remember as a good person. Okay, so thank you so much, Miss Anis, and let's moving on to Mr. Ku that already raised hand, and so yeah, Mr. Ku, what do you think about this question? What's your opinion about that? Okay, Mr. Ku, are you there? Hello, Mr. Ku. Mr. Ku.
My opinion is the trend might pass out, but the action is might continue due to incapability of government to solve. That's make people think that their life is could be easier aboard. I think that was my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, so you also agree with Miss Annie's statement that it's not just a trend, right? It's a continuous action that Indonesian citizen hopefully have a big hope for the hashtag kabur aja dulu. Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Ku and Miss Annis. And how about probably Mr. Ripat? What's your opinion about is it kabur dulu aja is a sign that live in Indonesia is getting harder or it's just another trend that will pass? What's your opinion about that, Mr. Ripat?
O-
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, yes, of course.
Uh, so I just joined, so I don't know what you guys are talking about earlier, but I guess to answer this question, I don't think kabur dulu aja is a sign of Indonesia is getting harder. In terms of life, I think mainly is only not only sorry, mainly is talking about I think yeah the one that is protests. I think it's mainly protesting about the unfairness about job seeking. I think I mean like in USA or in Australia, there's no regulation like height, gender, even educational. I mean, there's no such thing as that, like in the job job site. I think the uh actual problem, I think, is about job seeking at first, and then secondly, I think at this it's at this era, yeah, if we're looking at a bigger point of view with the war and the other things, I think globally, economically is actually at a bad conditions. Right now, Indonesia, I think we cannot be in a non-block anymore. We need to decide which side do we have to support, I think, yeah. So I think at the moment we need to see the president choice, I think. But I think the struggle is not only in Indonesia, but I know also some of my friends that's in other countries also facing, I think, the same. But also, yes, facing the same problem lah. But I think also the hashtag kabur dulu aja is also about the small minimum wage. I think the minimum wage in Indonesia is not fair enough because I think the minimum wage can be enough for people that actually have house in their area. Like if I'm from, like if we go to other city and then we need to rent a apartment, I think this will be hard. In my opinion, that minimum wage is also a problem, because there's no spare to save. I think that's it. But in general, I don't think Indonesia is getting harder. In my experience right now, I don't think Indonesia is getting harder. Actually, the reason why I joined here now is I want to see why. I want to know why people say that about state that statement.
Okay.
I think that's enough.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ripat. So we have another point of view, which is interesting. And thank you so much, Kak. So we're also moving on to probably Mr. Iqbal. Do you want to try to give your opinion about this question? Um, Hello, Mr. Iqbal. Can you hear me? Uh, okay. Um, Probably Mr. Iqbal is not there, so we're moving on to Miss Faridatun. Hello, Miss Faridatun. Do you hear me, or do you want to try to give your opinion about this question right there?
Okay, hello guys.
Hello.
Maybe I'm agree with you all because yeah, I think our country still have so many problems, right? Uh, yeah, every country has their own problem, but at least it's not about government. It's not about corrupt. Yeah. Uh, yeah. So it's normal if we angry. It's normal, right? Yeah, so I think yeah, it's not just a trend. Yeah, yeah, it's about a government's fault. Yeah, I think I agree with you all.
Okay, so probably the government's policies that you are not agree with them. That yeah, for the statement about MBG or about the cut budget operational, something like that, Kak? Hello, Kak Farida. Okay. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much, Kak Farida. And we're moving to Kak Rizky, or you already give your opinion? I'm sorry. Okay, so is there anyone that wants to volunteer to answer this question? Or Kak Dea, Miss Dea, do you want to try to give your opinion for this?
Okay, thank you, Miss Sarah. If we're talking about kabur dulu aja, I suppose that life in Indonesia is getting harder and not just trend that will pass. So, some of people choose to study abroad or working abroad, and I don't think it's not nationalist. Yeah, it's my thoughts. Thank.
So you think probably you are the one that have the opinion to stay in Indonesia in this situation, Miss Dea?
Uh, I don't think so like that. I think that if some people choose to study abroad or working abroad, I guess I prefer this one.
Okay. So if you probably have a chance to go abroad in this situation, you will be there in the side.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, may I know why? Okay, so yeah, Miss Dia, thank you so much, and we're moving to Mr. Saifullah. Okay, hello, Mr. Saifullah.
Miss. Okay, well, I'm gonna express my idea about this topic. I think this hashtag cover dulu aja is a sign and an alarm for this country, and maybe um, more youngsters are trying to, maybe to get abroad or maybe to move abroad for looking for like work or maybe study and so on, because I think this country doesn't provide well anything that they require in this life, like maybe some people said that uh, we lack of minimum wage, and maybe like decent life in this country we couldn't afford, like maybe transportation and then accommodation and so on, which I think that's uh I think that's a common that's a common um that's a common thing that we should require in this community. So maybe there are many options that from the globalization and from the internet, and maybe some people from our country has moved to another country and try to maybe share their experience and encourage us to do the same thing with them. And it would, I think uh, it creates this hashtag, and then we almost exalted, yeah, we're almost exalted and overwhelmed with this negative news and negative like agendas from our government. And also I think we pay the taxes and we pay the like the fees for our government, but our governments has not anything changed to reform or to bring Indonesia more better. So I think this hashtag is a sign from youngsters, from the people, that our country is in danger right now.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak Saifullah. Great statement. And let's moving to Kak or Mr. Angga. Hello, Mr. Angga. Are you there? Do you want to try to give your opinion about this question? about, is kabar dulu aja a sign that life in Indonesia is getting harder, or is it just a trend? What do you think about this?
Yes, thank you, Kak Sarah, for bringing up this topic to us. It is very interesting and also uh, a hot potato for us at the moment because many people are discussing this issue right now. Well, I think um, although this trend might seem new for some people or for a lot of people because it's just been viral for maybe one or two last 2 weeks, but the anger and the frustration that many people, especially the young people, young generations in Indonesia have expressed this past few days, I think it's just the accumulation, it's been accumulated for many months or even years, the last few years, because like on the other hand, people are getting harder to get a job, and even if they have a job already, but their position is pretty vulnerable. They can get laid off like easily by the government, or after you graduate, there's no jobs available for you. Even there's a jobs available, but it doesn't fit with your background, with your interest. Well, yeah, that's the thing. Many people, especially the young generation, are getting frustrated. However, on the other hand, like the elites are getting how can I say, like wealthier. And also it's also been shown by the government, the actions that they have been made for several hundred, like few days or 100 days of the new government administration. You could see how they show their luxurious life, and having like fat ministries and so on and so forth. On the other hand, people are getting harder to get a job. So yeah, I think it's just been accumulated. The frustrations just been accumulated, and whether it is a trend or not, I think because this demonstration seems to be quite spontaneous, I could say. I think this may pass in the next few weeks, especially when there's Ramadan coming and so on. But I think because the root causes are not being solved, I believe that in the next few months, the bigger demonstrations will occur soon, especially after Ramadan. We will have uh, some important events to commemorate, like Labor Day and also Reformasi events, celebration, etc., etc. So yeah, I think this will continue in the near future. Thank you, Kak Sarah.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak Angga. Really great statement. And let's moving on to the next slide because we still have another slide. Okay, so yeah, Kariza. Okay, okay, thank you so much. Okay, let's moving to the next slide. Please, Mr. Sunny. We're moving to the next slide, please. Okay, for the next question, if more Indonesians start working abroad, do you think the impact on the country will be more positive or negative? Is there anyone want to volunteer? Please raise your hand for this question because it's very interesting. To raise hand first, probably before I choose you to ask your opinion about, or I just choose you guys to try to answer. Okay, okay, Kak Miss Ennis and Mr. Ku, but probably Miss Ennis first. So yeah. Okay. So
Thank you
the
so much.
yes.
Okay, thank you so much for the chance to answer,
Mhm.
Sarah. Well, as I said before, it will be good for the future. It will be good in the future for Indonesia because we are not popular. We are not globally popular. Even in Southeast, maybe yes, we are popular, but not in a good thing. Moreover, in Asia or globally, I think it will be good if we had a lot of citizens working abroad if they behave well. If they do not behave well, just I told you before, like our citizens who work in Japan and they make chaos there, and they how to say that, cosplaying Jamet. I think uh, we are going to be banned from other country. Moreover, the closest to us right now are Japanese and Korean, right? Or maybe Taiwan, Hong Kong. But I think if we act like that, if we do not behave well and we do not have good qualities of citizen, humans resource, I think it will be bad. So it depends of us ourselves, what we prepares to work there, what we brings to other country, what will we, how to say, endorse,
Or
what we
promote.
show
Mhm.
what we show to endorse Indonesia to other citizen, to global citizen, like, oh, Indonesia is beautiful, oh, Indonesia is a beautiful country. Just show them about the beautiful of Indonesia. Oh, Indonesian citizens are kind, friendly, and something. Just show them that kind, but do not bring something bad, such as nggak enakan or uh, others bad thing like impolite and something. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Miss Ennis, for your statement. Probably Indonesia, if we should to bring a good influence for them, not a bad influence, right? So thank you so much again, Miss Ennis. Let's moving to Mr. Ku. Yes, time is yours.
Okay. In my opinion, I agree with the earlier opinion about highlight the kindness of Indonesian people. Like example, if you we are very kind and polite to each other, so maybe we can bring that to a board, so people like more likely to know Indonesian as a polite and kind person. And also, the hard work also is important. I think that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ku. Or next, we're moving to Mr. Rizky. What's your opinion about this, Mr.?
Okay, test. Is my voice is clear enough, Miss?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think my opinion is, I think it's a good impact for our country because, my opinion when I looking, um, the CEO of the big tech company in US, is came from India. Like let's say Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google, Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft, and what's more, they are like Santanu Narayan, CEO of Adobe, Adobe Premiere. It's a lot, a role model, for Indian people. I think it can be inspired us to become one of them. Maybe like if we had one of Indonesians people become a CEO of the big tech company, I think I will inspire, like I will be motivated to become like that. I would assume that Indian people it's a good in technology just because they have a role model like Satya Nadella Sundar Pichai in the US. That's why I think it's going to be a good impact for us. Maybe we can have maybe we can send 20 million, 50 million maybe in the US in another country to become a first class, to become a leader or something that can inspire us to become one of them. I think that's it.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Rizky. Really good statement. And moving on to Mr. Rizky. Rizky Nopriyama, time is yours.
Thank you. Am I audible? Is
Yes,
that clear enough?
sure.
Okay, thank you so much for the chance. I believe that the benefit outweigh the disadvantage regarding the motion because it depends on individuals how when they work abroad and they of course they tend to overcome their financial struggle and obstacle. And at the first time, and at the same times, they might can support their family and parents, because if we're talking about individuals from Indonesian country, of course they will have families, brother, sister in their own country, and when they have to be overcome their financial obstacle, they also can support their family as well. So that is the first benefit things that can be gained through this phenomenon. In addition, they also can promote Indonesia to the overseas, because of course by having many individuals working abroad will be pretty much beneficial for Indonesian promotion, especially for the product and also the tourism attraction that might be happens as well. For instance, in my experience with my friends that we have ever worked in Istanbul, and many people, many residents do not know about Indonesia, but because our presence, somehow we can promote several kind of place destination in our country, and it attract them to join us in our Indonesia. I think that's my opinion. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Rizky. So next to Mr. Saifullah.
Thanks for the opportunity. I will start by saying that Indonesia is not famous yet in this world. It's not distinguished yet in this world because I think we lack of our people to migrate or to move upward, and our people I think don't have any chance to maybe to spread our culture, our culinary, and anything that will give impact for maybe for benefits for Indonesia and the world. And we can see that maybe like India or China, they have invested on people starting from the 90s to move or maybe to encourage more people to study abroad and to work abroad. And today we can see from maybe from the CEOs, supervisors, managers, all in the large companies, all in the distinguished companies in the world, they work for them. And all people know that maybe India creates maybe like mathematician or engineers, China creates researchers and so on. And we have to invest that, and our government should encourage more people to move abroad, to become migrants. And if Indonesia needs them, they have to come back to Indonesia to contribute to our home country. So that's why yeah, I think in the social media on the internet, they lack of speaking about Indonesia, and they just I think they know about maybe our neighborhood cultures and food like Thai food, Vietnamese food, or Malaysian food, but I think there's a few of them who talk about Indonesian culinary or maybe Indonesian food, because our proliferation, our people proliferation in this world is, I think, is a few, or maybe it's lack of like distribution. And then we can say from the study, from the maybe from the students who study abroad in the Southeast Asia region, Vietnam has become the maybe the largest population for students to study abroad with I think with around 120,000 or 130,000 students to in studying abroad. In Indonesia, just have a half of Vietnamese students, and we can compare from the Vietnam that they have like 80 to I forget, maybe around 120 millions population compared to Indonesia, who has like 270,000 70 million people. So I think Vietnam has left us behind. So there are lots of to do. There are lots of errands and works to do for us, for our people, and for the government. Also, I think we should catch up our like where we should catch up our what do we oh we should catch up our we should catch up our disparity from our neighborhoods to become maybe the developed country in the future, and to become a country that all people in the world know about it. Maybe that's all. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Saifullah. Let's yeah.
Okay, thank you for the chance. So I totally agree with Mr. Angga that he said before. In Indonesia, it's going hard to find a job. A lot of recruitment not open for public, and I believe that working abroad will be more positive because actually we can think positive things in every situation. So I guess in depends on ourselves. It's the same with Miss Anis said that how we bring a good influence after working abroad, that not in a negative ways. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Dea. Let's moving to Mr. Komarudin. What's your opinion about this guy?
Hi, my name is Kamarudin.
I'm sorry, it's Miss. I'm sorry, Miss Komarudin.
No, I'm Kamarudin. It's totally
Oh,
fine.
I'm sorry, Mister. Okay.
That's okay. Anyway, I'm kidding, Miss Sarah. I'm quite surprised that everyone here is quite positive with this trend, thinking that this trend basically promoting how Indonesian people see Indonesia as a really such a good country, thinking if you kabur aja dulu means that you're gonna go overseas and then promoting Indonesia's base cuisine, base tourism, and so on and so forth. The fact that kabur dulu aja is actually the trend of the megaphone of society, to think that they no longer have the trust with the government. They lack of the system that can provide them with resources, meaning that if they have the chance to go abroad and then go there, they're trying to live there forever, not thinking to go back at all. So if you think that you can promote Indonesia in a way that in a positive things, just imagine how they actually started the very first place. They don't have even a trust to begin with. They said, okay, let's just kabur aja dulu and then go to Australia and work there, getting so much money. And then they will promise, oh yeah, you have to go to Indonesia because they will give you something good, 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 good. That's not what they're doing there. So you have to differentiate between people who go overseas for the sake of educations or just for the sake of looking for a job, but not for following this trend. Because this trend is a little bit a little bit dramatized, thinking that because we are too worse in the system of the government, then we need to leave it out and then just leave to other countries that give us a better um, facilities. That's to be said, right? So in my points of view, because this is the megaphone or microphone or whatever you can say to voice out the society's notion about their trust losing to the government, I'm gonna answer this based on the government's glasses, Miss Sarah. Was it positive to a government or is it negative to government? If every single person here answers that in a view of the society, then they would absolutely say it's a positive. But as a part of the government, and I pro with government, I would say that this is going to be negative, Miss Sarah. Why? Because if I were a government, I wouldn't get my incentives because, you know, society, less society will pay taxes because they have to go abroad. I will work harder because, I can work harder if there will be more, there will be less society in Indonesia. And of course, I need people who I can manipulate in Indonesia to give, to be choosing whoever the dynasty of the new government next and just believe on the system that we will create it as the government. So as a part of government, this trend is absolutely giving tremendous impact to the government themselves. So I think that for those people who want to kabur aja dulu, please to think it through and twice if you want to go outside. Because where are you going to spend your money to if you don't spend it to the government, right? You have to work harder until you die here. That's all I can say. Thank you, Miss Sarah. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Komarudin. Like it's great segment. So yeah, is there still anyone that want to, or we're moving on to the next question?
Can I
Please,
get Adi, please?
Miss Ku.
Yes, I'm agree with the earlier opinion. I was about to mention about why everybody's so being so positive. If we think about kabur aja dulu at the first place, why don't we even care about positive or negative? That's it. Thanks.
Okay, great statement, Miss Ku. Okay, so thank you so much for everyone that gives your opinion. So we're moving to the next slide, please, Mr. Sunny. Okay, so do young people today still feel optimistic about their future in Indonesia, or are they just looking for a way out? So what do you think about this question, guys? Is about the optimistic, the young generation. Is there anyone want to volunteer? Please raise your hand so I can. Okay. Yes, Miss or Mr. Harris.
Yeah, just call me Bro Haras. Thanks for the chance, Miss Sarah. Do young people today still feel optimistic about their future in Indonesia, or they just looking for a way out? I think I think they just really want to have like a much better uh jobs and a much easier job to apply, because as everybody knows, if you want to try to apply a job in Indonesia, there's so many subscriptions that you have to fill. So it's like it's really weird where it would say like you have to tame a dragon, or you have to, or you could do something, this that you couldn't do. And second of all is just to get the way out from the tax problem that we have, because what I saw nowadays, a lot of the governments, they really like to put taxes on like everything. Last time I heard that they're gonna put taxes on bikes too. So like, it's a bike, it doesn't have any engine and it doesn't have any paperwork. Why do you need to tax it, to give it some tax? So yes, for me, what I'm thinking, I think it's they want to corrupt the money, but I don't know about everybody, but that's how I think about it. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Haras. So yeah, it's a really great statement. I do really appreciate your opinion. So next, is there anyone want to volunteer? Please raise your hand, or should I pick you?
I
Uh,
think the moderator also can share her idea here,
okay.
Sarah.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Angga. Okay, my opinion about this question is, yeah, do young people still feel optimistic about their future in Indonesia, or they just looking for a way out? Actually, this is yeah, a very serious question, I guess, and it's about optimistic. For me personally, I'm kind of worried, to be honest. If Indonesia doesn't change and we just in this situation for uh, like in the future, I still consider it about this a little bit. Yeah, as you can see, I'm a little bit worried about this, and because this situation is affect to every sector, right? And also, as you guys mentioned before, that the job competition as well is getting taller, and the cost of living it's also keeps rising like every year, and yeah, it's a little bit making it even harder and for build stable future. So considered, but I still have a hope for Indonesia. And yeah, I think that's all for my opinion. What do you guys think? Is there anyone that agree or probably have an opposite statement with mine? Or I want to choose someone, or probably Mr. Angga. What do you think about this?
Uh, yeah, sorry Kak Sarah because somehow I can't raise my hand,
Mhm.
but yeah, I do wanna say something about this. Um, so I actually totally agree with you. Recently, young people in Indonesia feel, I think, less pessimistic about the conditions of the countries. That's the reason why recently many young people turn to the streets, raise their demands and forces to the government to be heard. Right? That's just uh, the conditions they're really showing, like regarding how young generations are thinking and worried recently. And I think it makes sense because you know what? In a few years, especially since the laws on how to say job creations passed by the government in 2020, the government said that, oh, okay, it would create jobs. But on the other hand, it would also create vulnerability, to the workers. They could be laid out easily by the government. And there is no scientific evidence showing that after the law passed, the massive employment has been created at the time. But in fact, many workers, especially the young workers, because they're new, right? They mostly work as a casual workers who could be easily laid out by the companies. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why they are worried. And on the other hand, when you're going back to the city, because sorry, going back to the village, many villages have been turned or changed by like business industries like palm oil and other kinds of industries that destroy the environment, destroy the agriculture sectors, and so on. So they could not actually go back to the previous conditions working as a rural workers, because yeah, the industries in Indonesia somehow, especially ones in the village, they are capital intensives, who needs massive capital and also skillful workers, while on the other hand, many young people and also people in the villages are not able to meet their requirements by the companies. So yeah, it's getting harder. So uh, that makes sense why people now are finding a way out to other countries. So if the government wanted to fix this, they also need to rethink, I think, the way they uh, run the governments or the country. Otherwise, the people themselves should run this country or the younger people. Thank you, Kak Sarah. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Angga. It's really great statement. And yeah, okay. Is there anyone that want to also give your thoughts or your opinion about that, about this question? Okay. So yeah, Mr. Sumi. Your
Dear, I just like to also provide a comment to what has been stated by Mr. Ranga. So I thought that I think it doesn't occur to every single bacterial company that are basically more capital intensive, because there are some of them that are quite hybrid. Like they would like to balance between the capital intensive or labor intensive. And for example, in the garment industries, we have some companies in Semarang, because they did visit the companies just yesterday. They supply any garments, any types of shirts, and anything to Adidas. And the Adidas itself would like to also demand them with higher requirements, especially concerns to the rights of the workers or the laborers. Means that the welfare of the people, even like those living in the rural areas, are quite granted. Even from the company itself, it's kind of fear that there would be a competition in gaining more labors, because there are other garment industries that would like to also take the, how to say, it's like um, the, the employees or the laborers that have been trained before, right? Because they also nurture the laborers. They make some collaboration or cooperations with vocational high school to absorb the workers over there and providing them with OGT, if I'm not mistaken. It's like on labor training, OLT or something, right? So it's not just immediately receiving the labors. I'm like those graduating from SMK or vocational high school, but they would like to they use the GSR, with the cooperations with the school in providing like a certification or uh, how's the integrated training, so that those who graduate from the school can be faster accepted by the industries. So I think we need to see again that it doesn't occur to everyone. We cannot generalize everything. So I can see that the young people still feel optimistic, because what they need to break through is how they can break the limits that limits themselves. I mean, like young people tend to limit themselves because they are easily swayed by how social media influence them. They've been overwhelmed by something goes viral. I think they need to evaluate more detail about themselves. I think they need to reflect on what they can improve, what they can empower. So I guess again, it's not be optimistic is somehow quite subjective. Mhm. Thank you, Sonny. Okay, so again, and the key, whether they should be optimistic or pessimistic, depending again solely on their persistent determinations on how to see every um how to say, it's like every difficulty into opportunity. Like yeah, success people see see problem as opportunities, while the opposite always see opportunities as the problems. So I think it again back to how people perceive the problems. That's for me.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Suni. Anyway, I'm sorry, Mr. Sony. Do you have something to say? So, okay, if it's
Hello? Yeah. Yes, I do agree that Mr. Sasantimo mentioned me.
okay,
Okay. Yes, actually, when we talk about pessimistic, yeah, I'm really pessimistic. No, just kidding. Yeah, actually, when we try to connect it with hashtag kabur aja dulu, yeah, the viral hashtag kabur aja dulu, which reflects our mindset of wanting to escape responsibilities or challenges. We can be seen as contrary to the optimism that is young generation should embrace for the future. While it humorously capture the frustration, right, and burnout, especially me. And then many young people feel, especially regarding for work pressure like that, right? Or we call it like the economic struggles or obstacle in education, or might be social expectation. It also raises concern about a growing sense of pessimism and escapism like that. Yes, escapism. So rather than kabur, or we call it, what we call it, kabur in English, yeah. And then from kabur from challenges, yeah, optimism encourages young people to face issues head on and seek solution. Sorry. Yeah, it's okay to take breaks and prioritize mental well-being first, but ultimately the future depends on those who stay fight and innovate. I mean, if you are young generation, you didn't get a job before and you try to apply many works, but the lucky is not on you, just find the others reflect on you. Like maybe you could try affiliate, or you could try business, or you could try uh what we call it again, internship, and then blah blah blah. The important thing is that you're still productive. So balancing self-care with resilience is the key. Taking step back when needed, but always returning with yeah, maybe a renewed spirit to contribute to change by yourself. That's it. So what do you think the humor there is? Maybe for the hashtag of kabur aja dulu. Thank you so much, Miss, for giving me opportunity.
okay. I also thank you, Mr. Sony, for give your opinion about this. It's open my perspective about hashtag kabur aja dulu. It's so interesting. Okay, let's moving to Miss Dea. Let's go, Miss Dea.
Okay, thank you, Miss Sarah, for the change. So, as far as I'm concerned, a lot of my university friends do the demonstration to our government to confess aspirations, represent student, teacher, even ordinary people, and many people there. So, in my opinion, young people today uh, is going to pessimistic about their future in Indonesia. So they do the demonstration to speak up and protect their rights, I guess. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Dea. Okay, thank you for uh, all your opinion. So next, we're moving to the next question. What would be? Um, okay, for this question, are people leaving the country because they're truly looking for a better life, or are they just running away from their problems? So it's still related with the with yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, so what do you think about this question? I'm sorry. Uh, anyone want to volunteer, or I should to choose you guys? Want to raise hand first?
Thank you, Miss Sarah, for choosing me. I see that you're pointing your finger to me. I think I'm gonna answer this question. Thank you, Miss Sarah. Okay, may I?
Yes, yes, of course.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. Every great choice comes with huge consequences as well. I think it goes the same way as how you finally choose to leave Indonesia. It's not as simple as, okay, let's register a passport and then enroll for the visa, takes an IELTS or have an English course, and then you're gonna go outside easily and get a job there, living happy life, living in Switzerland, having a good husband, having 12 children. No, that's not gonna be happening easily that way. The point is that you're really ready to go outside because the way you live here in Indonesia and the way you live there is absolutely different. You cannot sugarcoating people who live in abroad, live abroad as simply as you live in Depok or live in Banten or Bekasi, even live in Bekasi, even harder than living in Australia because it's even hotter, you know. But the point is, the challenges comes from that is particularly because you need to adapt again. Second, you need to have the skills that you are really eligible for that particular position that you want to apply overseas. You cannot just go there without having anything to begin with. There is a little bit preposterous comparison that people create in the social media about how they can easily get accepted into universities or into companies or work anything there while being compared to Indonesians' requirements to get here. You need to be at least somebody who can walk, on the water to get accepted into the company or to at least get through some requirements of taking university in Indonesia. I knew that it's quite challenging for us to be Indonesian, but I want to remind you how if Indonesian really follows this trend into real seriousness, Miss Sarah. Looking back how in Myanmar, I don't want to say it's actually relevant or pertinent 100%, but Myanmar is actually what happens when the society has the lack of trust to their own government and the systems and they leave out. There's so many Burmese leave out from Myanmar, and what happened now is that there is the brain, what is that called? Brain drain, brain wash, brain whatever is that? I think it's a brain drain if I'm not mistaken, that some of the professional people from that particular country leave out and then start their own life overseas. The system that is developed by the society is actually going to dismissed, and that's gonna happen if we're seeing that through to Indonesia. Even though for me it's quite impossible looking back to the how Indonesia is one of the larger population, thinking if we have to move one by one or at a time, then it requires years to go there. But I do believe some of you here are the future of Indonesia that will change the whole system. Mr. Sunshine will be the Minister of Education, Mr. Indra will be the Minister of Economy, and everyone here going to be as great as those government that need to be replaced by. So I do believe I'm gonna be very optimistic to the future of Indonesia, even though at the end of this year I'm gonna leave Indonesia. But to be honest, I'm going to put my optimism to Indonesian people here. So yeah, so by majority, I think people leave out because they have their own reasons, some of them, but absolutely the challenges I had from choosing to go abroad is also feasible and needs to be taken into an account if you want to go outside, not just as simple as 12 children. Yes, absolutely. So yeah, it's not going to be as easy as you flick your hands or just to flip your arms and so on. So for Mr. Dimas will be the next president of Kazakhstan. Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna go to Switzerland, Mr. Ko. Thank you so much. Kabur aja dulu.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Komarudin. So, Kasuni, can we move on to I think it's the previous slide for, isn't it? Okay, okay, thank you so much. Okay, so next, Miss Livia, do you want to give your opinion about this question?
Yes, sure.
So time's yours, Miss Divya.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. I guess so. I think the first sentence is correct. Usually people who are say that kabur aja dulu, it's usually they have a lot of problems indeed, but it's not just because they have a lot of problem and they want to run away from their problem. I think they already consider a lot of things before they decided to move to another city, because moving to another not city, I'm sorry, country, because moving to another country is a big deal for some people, and it's not, a small decision that you can make just because of the trends, or because of you seeing another people doing that without any um logical reason behind that is strong enough to motivate you to prepare a lot of things, and make sure that you have all the skills that you need in order to survive there. But I guess so. Our young generation already, they're really frustrated with our government regulation, and also the taxes, and a lot of unemployment and bankrupt company. I think our economic is goes to the rock bottom nowadays, and our exchange rate is getting weaker and weaker. So then we getting poor, really really poor in front of the other country, in front of the world. I could say that because I am really impacted by the weakened currency exchange rate in our country. Like for example, Malaysia, we could see like Malaysia is one of the, and just developing country like Indonesia before, even below Indonesia before. But in 20 years or more, they already developing themselves really great, until a lot of Indonesian always visit Malaysia or Singapore whenever they need like a health facilitation, or want to do surgery, or having like serious illness that cannot be cured in Indonesia. I mean, like in Malaysia, the health facilities and the education facilities is much more better than Indonesia, we could see. But yeah, um, I guess they are not just run away from their problem. They're trying to find a solution, like the better solution or better option, in order to solve their problem, their life problem, that will always be unfinished or unresolved when they choose to stay in Indonesia, just because of the nationalism or whatever. So then they think further, and they sometimes I think they force themselves in order to move to other country, in order to probably help their family to change their economic condition of their family, and to send money to their family. Maybe their parents already unemployed or getting sick, so they have to carry the burden of the sandwich generation. That could not be possible to do when you are living in Indonesia, working 9 to 5 as an employee, and only get basic minimum salary for supporting the whole family. I think it's impossible. So they have no choice. Sometimes they just have no choice rather than just run away to another country. Thank you, Miss, for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Livia, for your opinion. So the next question would be still relevant with this question. So we're moving on to the next question. And yeah, some people mau kabur dulu aja, saying working abroad isn't that easy, dealing with visas, cultural adaptation, and language barriers. Do you agree that success overseas comes with its own challenges? Well, yeah, as Mr. Komarudin said before, that he also mentioned we should to have a plan when we want to go abroad, because we do not want to be like homeless there or something like that. Like we also have to prepare before we go abroad, of course, right? And so, yeah, guys, is there anyone that want to give your opinion about this? Like abroad, saying working abroad isn't that easy, isn't it? What do you guys think? Okay, Mr. Ribat. So yeah.
Okay, so I think I'm agreeing with Mr. Komarudin. Yeah. I mean, I never had the chance to work in other country, but these past 2 years, I'm trying to get was it to at least apply WH working holiday visa in Australia. I mean, in 2 years, I didn't get it, but and I think that even the challenges is not always in the other country. You know what I mean? It's also in here, and I think that many influencer that already that influence people that, oh, it's easy to live here, it's so nice, but the fact that they already get there like 3 or 5 years ago, right? It's not now. I mean, my 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 brother was also a working holiday visa holder, but it's 10 years ago when the demand is when the slot is for 1,000 people, but the registration is only like 100 people. I mean, right? So that's 10 years ago. And looking at the moment, I also have a friend that also working in Australia, now working holiday visa. And I mean, the pay is good. They say, apa, they told me that if we're talking about the money is good, but the work, I mean, if only a working holiday visa, it's always a physical work, right? Become a farmer, become it's always the physical work. So I guess if we still talking about the uh, mental health, yeah, I don't think we will pass this problem. Yeah, I mean, uh, as we can see from China and India, I mean, some of you guys talking about India and China. I mean, they were so great because they were so great. The people, it's not only because the government is invested in the education, but I think also the fact that uh, there's so many, the population and the job is also have a big difference, right? But they keep trying to be better. You know what I mean? They're not a lot protesting. They do the actions differently. I mean, that's why the engineers is now the India is famous for the what is it and their engineers. I mean, rather than they protesting, I think they with the high intensity of what is it persaingan mendapatkan kerja gitu ya. Mereka they tend to be put their energy to study, I think, yeah, to improve themselves. I think so, yeah. Honestly, I was talking with my COO yesterday about this. This comment, I think this communist is a good thing. If you look into Russia and China, yeah, I mean, sometimes it's making. I mean, in a good way, yeah, in a good way, in a good way. I mean, like if you like the North Korea, this will be bad, but China now is a great country. Russia too. But yeah, I think. But working abroad is, I think, that's not easy. I mean, people in other countries also dealing with the same problem. So why do we even go there? Also, right? I think that's my opinion.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Rifat. And next, Miss Dennis. So what's your opinion about this?
Okay. Thank you so much for this chance to speak again. Well, actually, yes, to work abroad is very challenging. It's a big deal, but it's my dream. So what? But it's my plan. But it's my life. So what? For those who say that living in abroad is not easy, it's pretty challenging. Do you think to work here is easier to work than to work in Indonesia? So good, they say that it rise our awareness. So we have preparation. We know what are going to happen there. So it's not a bad thing. But those who are saying about that is also those who already work and live there. So what? Are they mocking their own action then? Um, if someone said that kabur aja dulu means literally means they escape from the problem in Indonesia, I say it again. The reason for hashtag kabur aja dulu is not because we hate Indonesia. That's because we are tiring with the system that Indonesian government made recently. It is not because we hate Indonesia. We love Indonesia. That is why the hashtag rise up. Because we want to voice our idea. It's not because we hate like, I'm tired. Okay, if you had a girlfriend or boyfriend, okay, let's break up, let's break up. But actually, they don't really want to break up, right? It's like, it's just like being spoiled. I don't think people who rise the hashtag kabur dulu aja, they do not love Indonesia or they want to escape. Don't think that way, guys, please. And it is good. So go out with a plan, go out with the good values, leave your anger in Indonesia, and keep your love to our nation on fire. Something like that. I think it will be good. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Anis. Okay, so next we have Miss Dea.
Okay, thank you for the chance, Miss Sarah. I suppose that a lot of people leaving the country because they are truly looking for a better life. So I believe that success overseas comes with its own challenges. So in my opinion, that if someone have motivated to working abroad or study abroad, it's like Gen Z say, if you want, you will. You definitely try all the ways to get your dream or what you want. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Dea, and the opinions. So let's moving to the next question because we still have Eddie. Okay, so this is the very interesting question because I feel like yeah I'm also questioning this. If the most talented people leave, what happens to those who don't have the same opportunities to go abroad? Do you guys want to volunteer to answer this question? Because I do really excited about your opinion about this. So you guys, do you want to? Or I should to pick one? Or I want to hear your opinion about this. Mm-hmm. Or should I choose Mr. Reza? Mr. Reza, are you available? Are you available? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. So what's your thoughts about this?
What in this section, in this slide?
Yes, yes, correct. If the most talented people leave, what happens to those who don't have the same opportunities to go abroad? What do you think about this question? What your opinion about this?
Uh, yeah, let me thinking 1 second.
Yeah, okay, okay. Take your time, Mr. Reza. Okay, so we're moving to Miss Henny. Do you want to give your opinion?
Hello, Miss.
Hello. Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, of course.
Okay, thank you for giving me time to speak up about this topic. Okay, I'll try to give my opinion about this. If the most talented people leave, what happens to those who don't have the same opportunities to go abroad? I think it's about time, yeah. I guess that Allah will give the best to us, yeah. Just wait for your luck, yeah. If you don't have, I mean that there is no, it's about time, yeah. There is no Allah will give you the best opportunity with the right time, yeah. Don't be sad if you don't have the opportunity to get a better life, to get a better job, yeah. It's about time. Just try to learn more and more, yeah. Try to improve your skill. If your English is not really good, try to learn, yeah. And what happened if the most talented people leave, yeah? It will be risky to this country, because as you said before, we have the term like brain drain. Brain drain means that where young and educated individuals leave this country, yeah, because they want to get a better job, a better life, yeah. Mostly like researchers or teacher, or the smartest one, yeah. If they go, yeah, or run away from this country, it means that the quality of this country will be worse, yeah. And left behind, yeah, because talented the most talented person, the most educated person, they go and wanna run away from this country. Yeah, I'm afraid that this country will left behind. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, Miss Hedy, thank you so much. Really great statement, and I also agree with you because yeah, we still Indonesia still have the new generation for continuing the Indonesia itself, right? Okay, so we have Miss Sakina here. So what do you think about this, Miss Sakina?
Okay, thank you, Miss, for this opportunity given to me. And yeah, I do believe also when people decided go to abroad for working or having their higher education, uh, they actually are talented people because yeah, there are many preparation as we know to go abroad or live in a other country. And as we know a term about brain drain, there are more talented people live from our own country, means that we lost our professional people. But actually, what makes me sad is uh, in some occasion that uh, ever happen in our country when most of Indonesian um, are really put their only attention in influencer, maybe that they are looking at on social media, not believe too much to our talented people like us, educational what is that educational I mean like as researchers, or how to say, yeah, oh, I forget how to say docent, lecturer, yeah. They don't believe those kind of people. They only believe to the famous people that they are looking recently on social media just on a hype condition. Yeah, that's actually make me sad if yeah most of us don't truly believe on them, especially when it happens before the the general election happens in Indonesia. Actually, there are many I mean, education for the beginner. I mean, beginning elector about educational process to them about the general election itself, but actually, even though there are many facts arise on our social media, they don't believe them because as we know, Indonesian people also still most of us are in a lower educational level. That's why they don't really believe on their educators or researchers maybe. I mean, that's from my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Sakina, for your opinion. Anyway, Mr. Sunny, are we still have a time? Are we shall we continue? Or okay. Okay, thank you so much. So let's next to the next question. Uh-huh. Let's move on to the next question, please. Okay, so I think we're moving to the last question instead. Mhm. Okay. Okay, we're moving to the last question, Mr. Sunny. Okay, so probably this is the last question that we have for tonight's discussion, guys. So, if you had the chance to leave Indonesia tomorrow with guaranteed success, would you take it? Why or why not? Okay, Mr. Komarudin said I would. Can you give me the opinion, Kak? Like why? Why you want to?
Me? I think I'm talking too much.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I will pass it down to some of my friends here
Okay.
so that they can speak longer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Anyway, Mr. Komarudin, let's moving to Miss Taya. What's your opinion about this, Kak? Miss Taya, are you there? Okay.
I think I'm more interested in the past question about the mental health ya. Ya nggak sih pertanyaannya? The question is
Yeah, if
the
describe.
previous question about apa sih tadi? Mental health. Uh, that that Gen Z is more easily to give up than the old generation.
Uh-huh. Oh, I think we're moving to this question. So yeah, we still like up to duration, Kak. I'm sorry. Yeah, probably we.
Oh, jadi yang gini aja. If you had the chance to live in Indonesia tomorrow. Yeah, of course. Of course that I have chance to live in Indonesia tomorrow and guaranteed success. Why wouldn't I take it? Because as the first children in my family, I'm a sandwich generation, and I still have like three uh saudara, brother and sister that apa ya, yang aku butuh gimana sih bahasanya Kak? I'm sorry, I lack of English. That yang masih butuh untuk apa ya? Aku bantu untuk hidupin gitu ibaratnya. But I think from the morality side agak bingung, it a little bit confusing also because it's like kacang lupa kulitnya gitu nggak sih nanti? And
I
yeah,
see.
as Indonesian, yeah, kan? And as Indonesian, uh, kita terbiasa dengan what bagaimana aku nyebutnya, like nationalism or uh, patriot nationalism lah ibaratnya. It's kind of hard to leave this country to pursue my own success gitu. If I have maybe if I can grow in other country, why not I come back in Indonesia untuk membangun UMKM
I see.
and maybe open the job opportunity that more mungkin lebih uh, manusiawi and give other opportunity to grow up also. And maybe because I come from the low salary family, apa sih nyebutnya tuh? Aku agak grogi. Yeah, I think that education access and insight from the apa ya orang-orang menengah low middle class, it's apa ya, it's really important. Until now, I don't think that I have a opportunity to live abroad or maybe have or maybe apply on scholarship abroad because it just like maybe you all ever heard about ini bermimpi aja sepertinya kita enggak apa ya enggak boleh kayak gitu loh. Then I will maybe if I have opportunities to study abroad and yeah come back to Indonesia, I will say to my apa eh, orang-orang di sekitarku that yuk kalian bisa loh belajar ke luar negeri kayak gitu ibaratnya atau you have a chance and opportunity and maybe I will uh, spread to other people the access how to um, pursue the chance to go to abroad gitu. Hehe.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Taya. Okay, so we still have time, Mr. Sunny. Okay, okay. So this is one last person that want to give an opinion. Haras. Okay. Yeah, you can give the opinion, but just 1 minute, please, because the duration.
Okay. Thanks for the chance given, Miss Sarah. No, because I have watched and read so many cases about uh where some random dude, guy, girl, or whatever, a random person, he got emailed by saying that you have to go for example, you have to go to Singapore and I'll give you a great job, a great life, and whatever. But what they don't know is a lot of those invitations are actually fake because they actually became online gambling administrator, and yeah, and it's really brutal. I have watched that one person. He made a video. He sent it by Instagram to that of hopes of people in Indonesia will see his condition and stuff. So yeah, all he do is just taking care of the online gambling website, and with the by the kingpins, they don't give him food, they only give him water, and like and they actually like lock him in some weird room by himself. Like imagine there's nothing by your side. There's no friends, family. So yeah, except if for example you have applied a job like to an actual real company, I think it's fine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Haras, for your opinion. And I guess I'm sorry, Miss Dea, but we yeah the duration is okay. Thank you so much. I'm kind of nervous too, everyone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. That was our last question for tonight's discussion. Before we end this session, let's take a picture by documenting together here. So if you guys can open your camera, that's open and
Not yet, not yet. Miss, it will be my duty. Okay.
okay, okay.
Okay. Right, right. Wait a moment, guys. It's okay.
I'm sorry, Kak.
Yeah, that's okay. Right. Everyone, thank you so much for your enthusiasms. I really appreciate it. But there's some feedback that I'd like to give. First thing first, some of you say something like nggak enakan. Okay, so in English we can say it like feel bad or feel guilty about saying no, or you are being too considerate or feeling obliged. So ya, jadi nggak enakan kamu bisa pakai feel bad, feel guilty about saying no, atau being too considerate. Kayak kamu nggak enakan, aku nggak enakan banget. I'm too much considerate toward gitu ya. Kemudian juga tadi ada yang menyebutkan menggunakan nominal ya di verbal structure, misalnya kayak I'm agree, itu hati-hati karena setelah I itu kan ada agree yang merupakan kata kerja, jadi kalian gunakan apa I agree aja tanpa menambahkan M-nya di situ ya. Itu. Kemudian ada lagi has lead. Nah, tuh sebenarnya kayaknya gue kayak udah percaya kayak sebenarnya ini maksudnya adalah verb 3 gitu. Cuma kalau misalnya verb 3 dia harusnya bilangnya has led ya. Itu sih. Ya, jadi perlu hati-hati di situ. Kemudian mengejar ketertinggalan itu ada beberapa terms yang bisa kita pakai kayak bridge atau close the gap. Kemudian bridge the gap atau close the gap. Kemudian ada recover from setbacks itu juga bisa ya. Kemudian ada juga yang bilang lucky is not in you. Jadi keberuntungan masih bukan di sisimu gitu ya. Harusnya lucky diganti menjadi luck ya. Jadi lucky itu masih adjektif, kita convert menjadi kata benda. Nah, kata sifat nggak bisa menjadi subjek yang kemudian memiliki to be. Saudara itu siblings, selain brothers and sisters, kita bisa bilang kayak saudara kandung, saya bilangnya siblings. Yang masih aku perlu hidupin, kamu bisa bilang the one that I still need to support, bisa. The one that I still need to take care of, bisa. The ones that I still need to provide for, kalau misalnya berkaitan dengan financial support juga bisa. Right. Right. I think that's it untuk sesi ini. Thank you so much. I hope that you gain a lot of valuable inputs and insight from exchanging views with others. So here I'd like to share with you appreciation post for Pak. Okay, Kak Sarah. Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, for being with us. Okay, so I'm going to take picture. Okay, on an count of three. 1, 2, 3. Okay, again. 1, 2, 3. Hey, wait a minute. Right. Okay, awesome. Right. Thank you so much. Now I'm inviting all of you guys to join me. Okay, let's take picture together. Please show me your handsome face. Okay, right. Especially